Good morning, and happy birthday, Hanover County. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being here today to make history with us. At this time, we ask that you stand if you are able for the presentation of the colors by the Hanover County Public Safety Color Guard and the singing of the national anthem by Amy Mines Derricott and Lift Every Voice and Sing by Rebecca Turner. Thank you so much, Amy and Rebecca, for sharing your talent with us today. Amy is a former Hanover Idol, and Rebecca is the current Hanover Junior Idol. The Hanover Idol competition is something that's near and dear to my heart, And this is sponsored by the Hanover Arts and Activities Center, another historic treasure in Hanover County. So thank you again, Amy and Rebecca. My name is Jim Taylor, a Deputy County Administrator, and I'm joined by other Deputy County Administrators, Jay Brown and Frank Clarkson. And it is so nice to see you today as we celebrate Hanover County's 300th birthday and also a ribbon cutting on our new Museum of History and Culture, as well as a Welcome Center for Hanover. Our County Administrator, John Budesky, couldn't be with us here today as he is having to quarantine from COVID-19. I know that there is no place that he would rather be than here with us today. And if you're watching live, John, we miss you, but please know that you are here in spirit, and we appreciate your leadership in making all of this possible. I would also like to thank former County Administrator Rue Harris and the many staff members, some recently retired, who put this project into motion. Special thanks goes today to Derek Stamey, Director of Parks and Recreation, Chip England, Director of General Services, and their staff, and Jamie Fawcett, Executive Director of the Museum, for all their hard work in making this a reality. Indeed, we have a tremendous team here in Hanover County. Joining us today are many special guests and public officials. Please forgive me if I missed anyone, but first I would like to acknowledge members of the Hanover County Board of Supervisors. Chairman Sean Davis, Vice Chair Angela Kelly-Wisak, Susan Dibble, Michael Herbsberg, Canova Peterson, Faye Pritchard. Thank you, Board, for all that you do for Hanover County. Unfortunately, Bucky Stanley couldn't be with us today. We have a couple of members of our General Assembly joining us today. Please put your hands together for Delegate Buddy Fowler and Delegate Scott Wyatt. And we have Senator Siobhan Donovan here as well. Thank you, Senator. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. Those are the ones that I can see. But I also want to recognize members of the Hanover 300 Committee for their dedicated service to our community. Of course, we're celebrating Hanover's 300th birthday a year delayed because of the pandemic, but this committee has been in place for a while now, and I appreciate all of your hard work. You know, Dominion Energy is a valued community partner, and we appreciate their support of today's event. Dominion continues to make history with us as we work together to bring high-speed internet to all unserved areas of Hanover County. Thank you for all that you do for our community. And I believe a couple representatives of Dominion are here. I want to recognize Jason De La Cruz and Joshua Bennett. Thank you. You know, what an exciting and momentous occasion this is. Can't you just close your eyes and imagine life 300 years ago with the horses, the dirt roads, no cell phones, no electricity, no TV, no air conditioning? Sounds nice. Well, maybe except for the no electricity and no air conditioning part. But today is a tribute to all those who walk these grounds before us as we celebrate the people, tradition, and spirit of Hanover County. Now I would like to introduce the chairman of the Hanover County Board of Supervisors for his remarks, Sean Davis.
Thank you, Jim. Before I start, everybody obviously recognized the national anthem, the greatest nation this world's ever known, and I thank the Color Guard for that. I think it's also appropriate. Hanover is a unique community. We're a patriotic community. And in recent days, we've seen some tragic losses in our American heroes, and I think it's appropriate that we have a moment of silence for those that we've lost, our soldiers, sailors, and Marines who did give the ultimate sacrifice in the fight for freedom. Would you have a moment of silence with me? Thank you. Well, good morning. It is my privilege and my honor to serve as the chairman of the Hanover County Board of Supervisors. I want to recognize there's a few other folks that I saw here. Mayor Steve Trevent. Mayor, thank you for being with us. Also saw some distinguished members from the judicial branch, Judge Richard McGrath, and I think I saw Judge Dave Cadell here. So if you have upcoming speeding tickets that you'd like to talk about, I'd be happy to pull them aside and let y'all try to argue the case before you get into court. It might help a little bit. And we want to thank Lieutenant Colonel Tom Woody, representing the Sheriff's Office. Thank you, Tom, for being here. You know, you only turn 300 once, and you only open a new museum one time. This is a momentous occasion. The new museum over here to our right and to your left has been something that's been on the board's mind, many boards, for quite some time. And I think as you go into the museum, you'll recognize that it's different than any other museum that you've ever been in. Uniquely, we've partnered with the Smithsonian, and I think that's just huge. Dave and I were talking about that the other day. But you're going to see a lot of things. A lot of times in museums we talk about history. This museum talks a lot about culture, rural America. And I mentioned the other night, you know, Hanover was frontierland really not too long ago, when you had young men like Patrick Henry who wore buckskins and rode down to the House of Burgesses and listened in on what was going on there before serving. He was considered a frontiersman. Rural communities are the backbone of America. I don't think Hanover is any different. I've said we're a unique people. We are unique people. We're guided by our principles, by our love for our neighbors. We are patriotic. But rural people are tough. And tough is important. Being tough means something. I think when you're in Hanover and you see the toughness, grit that has formed this community, it means that we're here to stay. So we want this museum to be here for another 300 years. And Jamie, neither you nor I will be here at that point. Bucky may still be in office. I'm not sure, but this is an important location, and it's on a very important piece of dirt with a significant amount of history as well. Jamie, I'm very thankful to you as the executive director. I want to thank General Services and our Public Safety Department who have helped put a lot of these exhibits together. Chief Pylan has done a phenomenal job, and he's with us today. I don't know where Chief went. I thought I saw him earlier, but I appreciate all that he's done. It is my hope that this museum will help us explore and appreciate the history that got us here, and will also point us forward into the future. We want it to be a center for our community to understand our past and to engage in conversations about our present and the years that lie before us. It is my hope that all that we do and all that we do here at this museum will give us a chance to enjoy everything that is going on today on this lawn, as well as the 300 years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, this can't be done. We talk a lot about the Board of Supervisors and, you know, county staff who put a lot of work into this, and that's true. But the reality is, really, Hanover is an engaged community. Things like this happen because we have an engaged citizenry. And it can't be said enough. All of the folks, many of which won't be mentioned today over the years who have helped, it's the reason that this museum's here. So for some of those who are no longer with us, who've been instrumental in preparing for this day for many, many decades, some of their family members are here. We thank you. This could not be done without the citizens of Hanover, and we are grateful. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Vice Chairman Angela Kelly Reesek from the Board of Supervisors. Angela, please deliver some marks, and we thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much. We have, I believe, 6 speakers. I think the word of the day has got to be brevity. But if I could leave you with one thought about the importance of what we're doing here today, it would be this. Sean spoke very eloquently about so many aspects of our community. And for me, the opportunity of this museum and bringing it to fruition is the great opportunity that we all have to tell all of Hanover's story. There are so many aspects of our history that we want and need to tell. Yes, we have rural stories, we have town stories, we have modern stories, we have stories of revolution and civil war, we have the stories of Patrick Henry and those who founded this county, but we also have the stories of the Fields family, a mark that we unveiled just about a year ago. We have the story of Carrie Crenshaw, a woman who lived in the original Rutland farm so many years ago. If you haven't read about her, I encourage you to visit the Crenshaw Center at the New Atlee Library. We have Black stories, we have white stories, we have stories of women. We have Lois Chenault and Nina Peace, who were the first women elected to represent our county. And so as we all come together and think about all of the stories that make ours a rich and textured history, I am just so delighted to be able to stand here today and cut a ribbon on a museum that will tell the next 300 years of our upcoming history as well, and the story of our future, which is certainly bright and engaging and full of possibilities. So thank you very much for being here to celebrate with us. And at this time, I would like to introduce Jennifer Thomas, Executive Director of the Virginia Association of Museums.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Angela. I'm here today representing the entire museum community in Virginia. The Virginia Association of Museums is so proud to be co-sponsoring with Virginia Humanities the opening exhibit of this amazing museum, the Smithsonian Change in Rural America. So I hope everyone gets to see it and just understands how crucial this is to getting this museum started. Building this museum from scratch and in the middle of a pandemic, no less, has been amazing to watch as both the executive director of the State Museum community, but also a Hanover resident. And I'm so proud to be a part of it. It can only grow to meet the needs of your community by listening to what those needs are. So I hope you engage with this museum and make it a part of your time here in the county, because that's what will make it great. And please come back often and see it grow with you. This exhibition is a way to begin this journey that we're going to take together in this space. So please enjoy it and enjoy your time here today. Enjoy being outside with all of your friends and family. Now I would like to introduce Wayne Hazard, who is the president of the foundation for the Hanover Museum of History and Culture.
You notice they put a horn between two roses over here. That would be me. Anyway, thank you, Jennifer. I served on the Board of Supervisors for a while, and I've very much enjoyed, and actually I miss it. And so I'm honored to be included in this museum. I've always been a history buff, and I think this represents some of the efforts that we put forward over the years to get here. This museum was not only, like Sean said, a vision of the board or anybody else. I remember Sumter Pretty always wanted this to be a center point for our museum, and I'm proud to say that today it comes to fruition. All of us in Hanover appreciate the rural heritage, and the first exhibits in this museum reflect this interest. I'm excited to see the Smithsonian exhibit on change in our rural communities, which is of great interest to all of us in Hanover. Our public safety personnel certainly deserve their visibility in this museum, and it's really exciting to see the Welcome Center here, which is something I think we've needed at the courthouse for a long time. I'm proud to serve as chairman of the Museum Foundation, whose role is to assist in funding projects and go after grants that are outside of the regular county funding. So business community, get ready, as we're coming, okay? But this gives us an opportunity to do things for the community that maybe the county budget couldn't cover, and so I hope you understand what our role is. Together we can build this great start and make the museum a focal point for tourism and economic development in the county. It's great to see you all here today, and I look forward to enjoying the museum for years to come, and to asking for your support for this very worthy project. And now it's my honor to introduce Tammy Fawcett.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you to everyone who has had words before me. I will keep this brief because I can't wait to go inside. I cannot tell you how exciting this opportunity is for both Hanover and the museum community. This is a leadership opportunity. And it's leadership in ways that we haven't quite figured out yet. Museums, we know how to put up exhibits and tell stories. But what we don't know how to do really well, we get to learn this together, is build those partnerships that last us much longer than an exhibition, much longer than one program. That is the basis of our community. We would not have the Smithsonian if we had not partnered with the Ashland Museum. When Betsy Hodges, the director of the Ashland Museum, and I co-wrote this grant to bring it, we really never thought that we would be successful candidates. But in the process, we learned that between the lovely rural fields in Beaver Dam to our very favorite Starbucks and Mechanicsville, there are pockets of change happening every day in these communities, and we all live them and breathe them. This exhibition is for you to tell your stories to us. We're here. This is that place to facilitate. It's also a welcome center. So bring yourselves, bring your students, bring your families, and come and explore the variety of partners that we have here in Hanover for all of these make a vibrant community. Last but not least, I would like to thank the Department of Public Safety that supported and helped us with the showcase for the 300th birthday. They may not tell you this, but they wrote their own narratives. These are their stories. And there's a lot there for kids to be involved with as well. So I will leave it there. Please find me if you ever want to share a story with me or point out an opportunity that we may not know. And with that, we hand it back to Jim. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Jamie, and I hope that you all enjoy your time here today. We're going to have some live music, of course, great vendors and artisans. We'll have the reenactment of the Parsons Cause at 11 and noon. And kids, if you have the opportunity to stick around for that, Patrick Henry himself is going to be making a fiery speech right in that building like he did so many years ago. I think you should check it out. I would like to mention that going forward, this museum and welcome center to the public will be open during the week from 12 to 4 and also some day hours on the weekends. At this time, I invite the Board of Supervisors over to cut the ribbon and dedicate the museum and begin to let people in as space permits. Thank you.
All right. Is everybody ready? All right, I'm going to count to 3. When I count, say 3, please cut. 1, 2, 3.
Come see this museum!
I thought I was running out of SD card space. Fine. Alright, I'm gonna switch to handheld and I'm gonna charge batteries. So you're gonna switch to handheld what? Charge batteries.